Here from Eagle Trades. Wanted to go over a couple stock picks for next week as well as the next couple of months going into the spring. All right, so getting right into it. My number one pick right now is UAL. What I'm looking for to do is hold this trend line going into next week, right? So I'm looking for, with support being down here about 44, 41, you can see that there are buyers in this area. It used to be sellers in this area. You can see there's buyers right now in that area holding that level up. My stop loss would be below, let me go ahead and get that, about below that 43 level, right? Go ahead and get that blue so I can make sure I know the difference. All right, so what I'm looking for UAL to do is balance off this trend line, and my first level to take profits at would be in this area where you can see there's a lot of sellers here. Used to be buyers, now there's sellers in this area, so I'm looking to take profits right here about 48, 32 would be my first profit taking area for going into November. I called out UAL today in the Discord, gave us about 3 weeks, so I'm looking for about 48 on my price target. Now, if you're buying shares of Leaps, I do believe there's a lot of potential for UAL, as you know. I believe we're going away from the COVID season, and UAL has a long way to go back to all-time high. So going from 46.10 to about 98. If we are able to get back to 98 by next summer or so, that's about 115% profit on shares. Now, I don't expect that to happen right away this next week, or obviously or the next couple of weeks as well. But I do believe by the spring, if I use my Fibonacci, that is, if you don't go back below the 42.27 level, and I use my Fibonacci extension, I do believe that we could potentially see a break out of this downtrend, right? Is what we want to see. A break out of this downtrend. Go ahead and extend this line here. Doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm looking for a breakout of this downtrend, and if we can get past that in January or February, we could potentially see a move up to 59 and 69 on a 78% and 127% extension of Fibonacci. Now your trigger level to make sure that you know that you broke over, broke out as a downtrend would be over this high right here, which would be about 52, 55, right? So hopefully that helps you. If you're a passive investor or a passive trader and you're using Leaps or buying shares, hopefully that helps you and gives you an idea of what you can buy and hold on to, as well as your stop loss areas, as well as your profit taking areas. One of the similar setups is also in CCL, which is Carnival Cruise Line. If I did not mention, UAL is United Airlines. So Carnival Cruise Line is obviously not doing too well financially during COVID, but if you scroll all the way back to 2020, you can see that they were beating earnings reports, every single earnings. They were beating those earnings every quarter. Obviously, I believe they are not as functional right now, or just getting started. But you can see CCL is holding this trend line over here. So going into next week, which is the November 4th week, we want to see a bounce off this trend line, right? And our first profit taking area would be around 23.32. Carnival Cruise Line is about $22.14 right now. So 23.32, $24. And I don't know if we're going to get that by November, by $25 as well. Now, again, if you're buying shares or buying Leaps, I believe that, if you're buying the right year about $22.14, and if we can get to about $72 by next summer, hopefully COVID doesn't come back, you're looking at over 220% profit if my math is right. And that's pretty good return on investment in about a year or so, right? So these are some of my levels of a year where you're gonna probably find either resistance for some sellers. So 25. I'm seeing sellers of a year in 28, the 28, 29 level, and obviously at 31. If you get it with that, I believe we could really start to move and probably get back to the $40 level pretty soon. Hopefully that helps. One of the other charts I'm also looking at is a little more risky is SPCE, ticker SPCE. Now as you just look at this chart, you can see how volatile that is. Kind of similar to CCL and UAL. I'm looking for to hold this trend line, and going into next week, I'm looking for a bounce off this trend line over here. Now, if you are playing options, my first area to take profits would be around the $20.50 area. If you get up to there, $21.59 would be my next level to take profits. Now, if you're buying shares of Leaps, obviously again this is more risky. I believe this could bounce again and go from about $18 back to about $50 or so. And again, that's about more than 100% return on your investment for shares, and obviously Leap contracts would do really well. So definitely know your risk. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. We'll talk to you soon.